Okay, we'll take a break, and then we'll do the joke off.
No, we're not doing the jerk off.
Joke!
Oh, it's a joke off.
No,
Yeah,
we're
wildly
not doing
different.
It. We're not doing it.
You don't think you can take him?
It's got nothing to do with it. Two women on a bridge.
Yeah.
One says, you know what, Helen, I've always wanted to pee off this bridge just like men do. She said, go ahead, there's no one around. So she goes over the railings, drops her shorts, sticks her ass over the railing. She says, come here, I'm going to pee right down there in that canoe. Said, it's not a canoe, it's your reflection. Guy goes into a dentist's office.
Yeah.
The dentist said, what are you doing here? He said, I think I'm a moth.
A moth?
A moth. He said, what? I think I'm a moth. He said, well, you have mental problems. You need to go see a psychiatrist. He said, I know. He said, you're in a dentist's office. He said, I know. He said, what are you doing here? Why did you come here? He said, the light was on.
That's a good joke.
It's a great one.
Yes,
Did you hear about the guy who's in a market and a woman comes up to him and she says, excuse me, are you Tim Curry? He says, yeah. She says, you're the father of one of my children. He said, what? She said, you're the father of one of my children. He says, oh, yeah, I remember. A few years ago, I met you at a stag party, and we had sex on a pool table, and you stuck a carrot and I cleaned up with your dress. Is that it? I said, no, I'm your son Johnny's sixth-grade teacher at St. Bernadette.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, okay.
A bus driver's on a bus with one passenger, and a woman gets on. And he looks at the woman, and he puts both his hands around his neck like he's choking himself, and he goes, hee-hee. And she takes her purse and hits him in the face as hard as she can. She said, you bastard, how dare you? Chico sits down. Now he's driving, and he looks in the rearview mirror. He puts his hands around his neck again, and he goes, hoo-hoo. She comes running up and punches him in the back of the head. Now she's ready to get off the bus. He looks over at her and goes, hee-hee. She slaps him in the face and storms off the bus. Bus driver pulls away. The guy in the back said, hey, what was that? He said, what? That thing with you and that woman. He said, oh, it was nothing. We're all friends, and last week her son hung himself, and we tease each other. The guy comes in, sits down at the bar, and says to the bartender, what's the monkey for? He says, don't ask. This goes on for about 2 hours. Finally, he said, all right, I'll show you. Bartender opens the cage. Monkey jumps out. Bartender takes a baseball bat and hits the monkey over the head with it. Monkey pulls the bartender's pants down and gives him sex. Guy goes, wow. Bartender says, yeah, you want to try it? He says, yeah, but don't hit me so hard.
Yeah.
I heard a joke.
Yeah, there you go, Norm. You got it.
How would it take by the night monkey?
All right, hold on a second. Go ahead, Norm.
No, I'm terrible at telling jokes, but a guy, he gets a genie or something that gives you wishes in a lamp, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so he's like, oh, no, that's not it. He goes to his whole head is a giant pumpkin. That's how the joke starts. Mm-hmm. It's like a giant pumpkin, and then his friend goes, what happened? He's like, I found this genie in a lamp, and he gave me 3 wishes. And he's like, what happened? He goes, well, the first wish I wished for like $100 million, and I got it. And then for my second wish, I wished for like a beautiful lady, and I got her. And the guy's like, yeah, but what happened? He's like, the third wish, that's where I really blew it. And the guy goes, what happened? He goes, I wish for a giant pumpkin head.
You guys got it. Really, put a CD out together.
You know what I really hate? You know what I really hate? If you go anywhere with him, like for a couple of days, he does that on purpose. He'll tell jokes with no ending on purpose.
I don't think you need one. Sometimes you can tell a joke like that.
And then that happens.
You don't need to have a joke.
You know the joke about B.B. King's wife?
No.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
B.B.'s having a birthday, so she wants to surprise him. So she goes to the tattoo parlor. She says, put a B on one cheek and a B on the other. So the guy does it. She goes home. B.B. comes home. She opens the door, bends over, drops her shorts, and says, surprise! He said, who's Bob?
Oh, that's great.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The one and only, the Super Dave Osborne and his joke about
Yeah, sell that to Michael Richards, man.
Why,
Wow.
that's not a racist joke.
Yeah, sure it isn't. Here's
Guy
something.
comes home with a duck under his arm.
Oh, shut
Wife
up.
opens the door.
Yeah.
She says, where the hell have you been? He says, this is the pig I've been screwing. She said, it's not a pig, it's a duck. He said, I'm not talking to you.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Super Dave, Norm Macdonald.
Why did you make her African American in that joke?
Yeah, why did you
say?
You heard him because you're racist.
What did you say?
He said you're racist. He said, why did you make an African American in your joke?
There's a black man, a Jewish man, a Mexican man, and a bigot. And the black man reaches out of the park bench, there's an old lamp, and he rubs it, and a genie pops out. She says, oh, my God, I've been in there for 2,000 years. I'll grant each one of you any wish you want. And the black man said, I would like all the black people to be able to go live in Africa in the beauty of that land in peace and harmony and wealth and have no problems. Boom, gone. Says to the Mexican gentleman, you're next. He said, I would like the same thing. I would like all the Mexicans to be able to go to Mexico and live in the beauty of that land without peace. Boom, you got it. You're next. And who was the other one?
It was a
Jewish gentleman.
Jewish.
I would
Yes.
like all the Jews to be able to go to Israel and live in the beauty of that land. Same way. Boom, you got it. She said, let me get this straight. All the Jews in Israel, all the black people are in Africa, all the Mexicans are in Mexico? She said, yes. He said, all of it Diet Coke.
It's Super Dave Osborne. Super Dave Osborne.
Now, let me tell you this. The Queen of England is walking with an administrator in the hospital.
What?
I said the Queen of England is walking with an administrator in a hospital. She walks by a room, and a man is masturbating. She said, oh, my God, what's going on? He said, well, he has a problem. It's a physical problem, and if he doesn't do that 5 times a day, he could explode and die. She said, oh, I'm sorry. Then they go to the second floor, where she walks by a room, a nurse is giving a man oral sex. She says, oh, my God, what's wrong? He said, he's got the same problem as the guy on one, but better insurance.
All right.
But if that was in Canada, the government would provide it.
Little kid walking down the hall of his house.
Yeah.
Here's screaming in his parents' bedroom. Opens the door. There's his father dressed only in chaps. His mother's dressed in a cheerleading outfit, no underwear. They're really having fun. What's going on? He said, oh, don't worry, sweetheart. We're just having fun. Go back to bed. I'll be down there and tuck you in a minute. 20 minutes later, father walks down the hall. He hears screaming in the kid's bedroom. Opens the door. There's his kid having sex with his grandmother. He says, Billy, what are you doing? He said, it's not so funny when it's your mother, is it?
The stylings of Super Dave Osborne in studio. Norm Macdonald, his brother Neil Macdonald on tour together sometime very soon. Norm Macdonald's birthday. Norm's in town at Zany's. Zany's all weekend. Zany's.com.
Are you in Zany's in Chicago?
Yeah, you know that place?
Of course, that's a great place.
How do you know it?
I don't.
I knew he was going
But
to
you know something? Any place that's called Zany's is great.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
right.
comedians were supposed to do witty repartee and not tell jokes.
Ooh. That's Neil Macdonald talking to Super Dave right now. Once again, the
You know
question.
what? I
Neil
gotta say
Macdonald is
something.
a blank.
May I say something?
That's the old match game stuff. Norm used to sit in front
May I
of the
say
television and
something?
watch match games. We only had.
I've been in this business a while, and I've never heard anybody say what he just said. I've never heard anybody say witty. Even in class, when I was a class clown,
What about the witty
the teacher never stopped me like that. I've heard witty repartee before, but that's silent.
No, but aren't you supposed to be experts in off-the-cuff badinage?
Show.
Wait a minute. Neil said a word. Wait.
I'll bring this thing right off the air. If you
Neil.
got anybody listening, I'll just stop it.
Neil, I heard you say something that I hadn't heard ever. Would you say that last line again that Super Dave was talking
But
about?
aren't comedians supposed to be experts in off-the-cuff badinage? You know, the witty back and forth. What happened to that?
Badinage is like
Listen,
a badminton
wife.
term.
I said you weren't listening at the first part of the show when I did my repartee badinage. Whatever the hell you're talking
My
about.
badinage. But Norm, it was so funny. Norm, as like a real friend, you tried to explain to me in the studio, he was going like, it's like a badminton game. You know, it's like,
It is a badminton term originally. Yeah.
Now, why didn't you say badminton?
yeah, Neil Macdonald, Norm's brother. Why didn't you say badminton? Make it easy for us.
No, badinage is a badminton term.
A tournament. Badinage.
No, I'm actually funnier than Norman. He's just got the professional kit.
Do you think that's why you haven't called each other back? Is that why there's some hatred
I was
there?
reluctant to come on this show because I'm going to get a lot of calls now, you know.
Neil Macdonald, Washington, D.C., Norm's older brother, called to wish Norm a happy birthday, didn't you? Can I give Super Dave Neil's number?
Yeah.
Geez, don't do that.
What am I going to call Neil for? You know, what am I going to do? I'm in a good mood. I don't want to blow the whole thing.
No, he can call me up and we can trade bars, you know.
We're at an all-time low in world opinion, and I'm going to call Neil to pep me up.
He just
Hey,
said.
Neil, how you doing? What's your badminton term today? What's your term of the day that I can take with me all day and pep me up?
No. Call me anytime.
I am going to
I'm
give
gonna
Super
call
Dave.
Neil.
I'm giving you the number. He
You know,
said
Neil ought to be on Match Game.
It's a match game. Neil
take
ought to
Neil
be
to
on
win.
Match Game. Hey, he said, by
I'll
the way.
take Neil to win.
He said.
He's a
What
super
did the
blank.
cat say when it came out of the pet shop going meow?
What did what?
No, he's going to tell a joke now. Go ahead. It's going to be good.
Norm, you know what? I don't know how you wound up funny. That's all I can tell you. I have no concept. You must have run away from home when you were 3. Do you have any other funny brothers and sisters? Get them all on the phone. We could destroy Brandmeier forever.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to hear the joke, man.
Go
No,
ahead,
so do
Neil.
I.
Come on, Super. Tell me the joke.
You have a joke, Neil?
Yeah, I want to hear it.
No, he said, do you have a joke, Neil?
No, I'm not telling Neil another joke.
No,
You would have to pay me.
All right, Neil.
Yeah, I do. I got one.
Tuesday. Come and pay him.
I got one.
No, wait.
A priest is checking into a hotel, and he says to the woman behind the counter, I assume the porn channel in my room is disabled. And she says, no, it's regular porn, you sick bastard.
The comedy stylings of Neil McDonald, Norm's older brother, Super Dave Osborne, blown off the map today by that. Wow. Hey, Super, let me hear you.
I have a joke.
Yeah. Oh, Norm's got a joke. Wait a minute. Here we go. Go.
A dog walks into a telegraph office where they send telegrams. Telegram office, right? And so the guy says, "Okay, what do you want your telegram to read?" So the dog goes, "Woof woof woof, woof woof woof, woof woof woof." And then the guy goes, "Oh, I notice you have 9 words. Do you want to put an extra woof like it's for free?" And then the dog goes, "No, that wouldn't make any sense."
You know, I love those big dogs. I gotta tell you, I love them. Because he'll do that at the dinner table too. Hey, here's one. A guy's having trouble with his wife, so he calls his best. Hey, Neil, are you off the phone?
Neil, will you get off the phone so Super can tell his joke?
I just finished writing down that great porn joke, Neil. I won't have to put my finger in my mouth if I get sick to my stomach anymore.
I told you I'm not a professional.
A guy's having trouble with his wife, so he calls his best friend. He said, "You got to meet me at a bar. I got to talk to you." So they go to a bar. He starts drinking. He drinks so much he throws up on his shirt. He says, "Now what am I going to do? I'm going to go home. She's going to scream and she's probably going to hit me." His friend says, "Don't worry about a thing. Tell her you had one drink. The guy next to you overdrank, got sick, and threw up in your shirt. And to prove it, he put $10 in your pocket to get it clean. I'm putting $10 right in there." He said, "You're brilliant." He goes home. He says, "I'm home." She comes downstairs and starts screaming at him. He said, "Listen to me. I had one drink, but a guy at the bar got sick, threw up in my shirt, and to prove it, he put $10 in my pocket to get it clean." She reaches in. She says, "There's $20 here." He says, "I know. He also crapped in my pants."
Super Dave Osborne. Super Dave Osborne. And Norm McDonald in the studio and his fabulously funny brother Neil McDonald in Washington, D.C., award-winning journalist. Neil.
Okay, hey, and Norm, happy birthday. You're the greatest. Good luck at Zanies, and I hope that we get together.
Oh, you're going to hang up again.
No, yeah, wait a minute. Wait a second. You know what I would love to do? I would love to do some more badinage.
He's a great Canadian. Norm's a great Canadian. He'll probably be mad at me for saying that.
Let's do some badinage.
Great Canadian.
What is badinage?
Comedians supposed to be experts in off-the-cuff badinage.
And then it's about to go down. We're here to stay and run this town. Bring in the heat, bring in the energy. We're the queens of the festival, can't you see? We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, yeah, ooh. From dawn dawn till dusk, we command the crowd's gaze. Every beat, every rhyme sets our souls ablaze. With swagger and style, we own this domain. In the realm of music, we reign supreme, no chain. Feel the rhythm pulsating through your veins. Our verses ignite, fire never wane. With each lyric we spit, each move we make, we carve our legacy, leaving jaws to quake. We're the queens of the festival, here to rule the stage. Dropping beats and make your body engage. From sunrise to sunset, we're taking it all. We're the festival queens standing tall. Ooh, I get it. Ooh. No crown needed, our all's the crown jewel in the kingdom of sound. We never play the fool with beats as our scepters and rhymes as our decree. We're the sovereigns of rhythm for all to see. So bow down to the queens as we own the night. In the kingdom of music, we're the guiding light. From the first note to the last, we'll always be the festival queens, forever wild and free.
What did you say, Super?
Who cares if he's a great Canadian?
Oh, Super Dave worked in Canada.
I worked for 12 years in Canada. I'm a great Canadian.
Neil, that's a point you could answer. What is the big deal if he is a good
What was
Canadian?
he doing in Canada, running around in that weird flight suit?
Super Dave was working in Canada.
I did Bizarre, which was the first series in the history of cable, and then I did Super Dave. Yeah, I was running around in that weird flight suit, A-Wipe. That's what I was doing.
Is that an Arab name, A-Wipe?
While you were sitting at home going, what? What is that? Why aren't I watching the Canadian news?
That sounded like Rickles.
I know, I did for a minute.
While you were at home going,
I'm sorry, I got to
While you were at home
Let me apologize. I said I'm sorry.
While you were at home sitting with a rake going, bah!
I said I'm sorry.
I know,
okay?
but Norm said that was very Rickle-ish. That you just
said I'm sorry.
He said,
what do you want me to do?
Neil?
I got caught up.
Oh.
Let me explain something to you. Neil can bring things out of you don't normally do.
That's right.
Okay?
Right. Yeah. You know what, guys?
If I was captured, I'd rather have bamboo under my fingernails than have Neil come in and talk to me.
No, if I was captured, I'd want to be in a room with Super Dave. I would.
I just love this.
It has been documented that twins, when one twin gets a mosquito bite, the other itches. If a twin has an allergy, the other sneezes. Why didn't Jared Collins?
Fortunately, we can all finish the joke.